Hi, I'm John and welcome to Half Dozen Homestead. Today's project is keeping chickens out of where they're not supposed to be. Calvin's on the tractor. So we're trying to keep them out of our greenhouse and out of our garden. They're getting in the bad habit of flying over fences. So I don't want to be closing the roll curtain every night. I like to keep the greenhouse nice and cool. So this wall here, we need to get some netting up there in order to stop them from flying into the greenhouse. I have yet to see them fly over this. I think what it is they can't see the top of this. So it's not defined, so they can't hop up there and then hop down. So I haven't seen them fly over that. If that changes, we'll have to address it. And then I've already addressed this section. I'm putting up some netting here. Then the other thing that we've got to worry about is the garden fence. They're hopping up onto this fence and hopping over. So yes, or they went underneath there. That's why we've got the wood. So we need to somehow extend this fence up a little bit to stop them from flying over. Again, I don't think we have to extend it too high, but enough so that it's a bit more of a challenge. Keep them out of our garden.
Chicken in the garden.
There's a whole bunch. And the chickens are allowed our extra produce. They are not allowed our produce from the start. So Simeon's...
Sometimes they're allowed in the garden, sometimes they could eat bugs.
At the very... Simeon's right. So at the beginning of the year when we had the tarp off, we opened the gate and we let the chickens in there so that they could scratch through all the soil and get whatever bugs that were in there. But they are not allowed in there now because right now it is harvest time. So...
Is it time to harvest these plants? Because the celery is pretty big.
yeah, okay, so what we need to do is we need to scare all these guys out. Simeon, stay by the gate. Stay by the gate. Stop that one from coming in. Say, hey, hey, hey. No, back up. I want them to go your way. Back up. Hip, 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 hip. Hip, 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 hip. Hip, hip, hip. No, stay there, Sim. Okay. So they're out. Come on out, Simeon. I'll close the gate.
No, I'm going to pick some,
Celery?
yeah.
You could pick one piece of celery, okay? I'll close the gate. You're gonna go around the other way?
Yeah.
Or climb over? Simeon, what are you eating?
Celery.
Celery. That's yummy. So we're gonna work on this window. Again, the goal is to put netting across. This way we can still keep our beautiful breeze, keep our greenhouse cool enough, but keep the chickens out. And they've been getting in here and doing a bit of damage on our crops, and we don't want that. And also, we really want to focus the chickens on going into their coop at night. This way they're in the coop at night, and in the morning they can lay their eggs. I don't like everybody else hanging around inside the greenhouse. Owls can still get in, that sort of stuff. So I've got some netting over there. I've painted the netting. What I've done is I buy galvanized 2x4 square netting. And if you ever want to be able to see through netting a lot easier, you paint it black. So I painted it black. I can see through it easily. I'm going to cut it because I don't need the full 4 feet. The goose is mad at me. I'm going to cut it, and then we're going to put it up inside there, drill it in, and then hopefully it goes well. Okay, so I gotta unscrew these straps which stop the window from blowing open. And once those are unscrewed, I can move them out of the way. Then try to move my netting up into place and screw it down. See how that goes. What I'm going to do is no, I don't. Okay, never mind. Change your mind. Turkey, get up. Get out of here. This would be a much easier two-person task. So you can tell in here, well, the chicken poop, this is where the chickens have been roosting at night. I had even blocked off just this section to stop them from coming in here. But what's happening is they were jumping in the greenhouse and then walking around and still coming in this section. He's not happy. This was his spot. Before I go screwing this down, I'm gonna try my best to get it as tight as I can. I don't need the tension for any particular reason. I'm not keeping a bear out, but I want it nice and straight as can be. I want it to look nice and clean. When you look at it, I just want you to see through it and not notice it all wrinkly and goofy looking. I think that's as much tension as I can get on this stinking thing. So I'm gonna throw some screws in, see how it looks. Okay, step one is done. I got my netting on here. Again, it's not super tight. If I really wanted to, I could go around and screw the bottoms in. so it wouldn't really move at all. But I'm just keeping chickens out. I'm pretty confident that'll do what I want it to do. I could see another chicken in the garden, which is frustrating. We work really hard on growing a beautiful garden, and the chickens are only supposed to get the scraps, not the entire garden. So I think I'm going to plug in the compressor, carry it over there, and take the 8 inches of fencing that I took off. I'm going to install that on top of my railing there, pointed ends up, and hopefully that'll be enough to stop the chickens from flying up and over. Again, the chickens are only going to fly up and over if there's something on the other side they really want, in this case the garden. And then what they're doing is they're jumping up, they're roosting on the top piece of wood that I've got, and then they're jumping down in, and they feel safe doing that. So I think by myself adding some fencing on top, they're not going to be able to judge exactly where that is, and hopefully that'll keep them off. I don't know, we'll see. I'll put it up and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get more chickens in there or not. So I'm not totally sure this is going to work, but I'm hoping that that's just enough to stop them from jumping over. We'll see. It's not quite Fort Knox, but I'm hoping that maybe this will be enough to deter them. I didn't go staple crazy because if this doesn't work, I don't want to have to take out 1,000,000 staples. So we're just going to install this and leave it for a couple days and sort of see what happens. Lastly, what I got to do is the gate. I'm going to extend the gate with some of this netting as well, just to get it a bit higher, make it harder for the chickens to jump over, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully this solves the chickens in the garden and the chickens in the greenhouse. Nice. Throw this on the compost pile. Time will tell how well that works out. Hopefully it'll keep the chickens on this side of the fence and inside their paddock. Again, they got lots of space in here, and they've got veggies that we throw on the compost that they can scratch through. They've got beautiful grass and acreage here. They've got a pond, they've got dust baths, they've got everything on this side of the fence. So the pressure for them to want to leave is low, and hopefully this little bit is enough here to just keep them in and keep them enjoying this side, their space. Thanks for watching Half Dozen Homestead, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna see how my walls worked to see if they could keep out all of the chickens. Son of a gun. How in the heck did you guys make it in here? Okay, so there's 4 chickens in here. And I'm not sure how they made it in here. There is a hole up there, right there, but it's small. How did you guys get in here?